Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Sisbitty, a Truner. Welcome back to Civilization 6, which has returned because they're trying something a bit new. Rather than just like, little leader packs or fairly major expansions like Gathering Storm, Civ 6 has got a new thing called the New Frontier Pass, similarly priced to a big expansion like Gathering Storm, except rather than all coming in one bundle, it's going to be like a bunch of updates where a new thing comes in every couple of months or so over the next year. New civs, new game modes, etc, etc. Now, I'm not opposed to that conceptually, because yeah, Civ 6 for me it's a game I like to replay a lot. I've actually played a lot of this off camera. I particularly love Mali. I've played several games with Mali. Mali are the best, they are just amazing. I love the gold game. And yes, while I'm not 100% on asking people to pay up front for content that they don't even know what it's going to be 8 months in the future, I can see the appeal of this game getting ongoing fairly major updates every couple of months or so to aid replayability. So anyway, this is the first bit. It's just come out. And that means we get ourselves 2 new leaders straight away. So Gran Colombia here, yeah, really powerful military civilization here. Very much focused on the military side of things, and +1 movement for all units. Promotion doesn't enter unit's turn. So yeah, this guy's gonna be a bit of a terrifying beast in the military game, especially once his cavalry gets going. And then we've got Lady Six Sky. Now, Lady Six Sky I like. She's bloody great and she's got some really cool stuff going on. But we'll discuss her in a second because that, to my mind, is not the most important thing we've got going on here. The most important thing is, yeah, you may notice down there in game modes, there's a brand new thing that would appear to be a comet or a meteorite or something about to smash into Earth and destroy us. And, yeah, welcome to the new game mode that's just been introduced. Apocalypse mode, oh yes. Oh, very, very much yes. So, if you thought turning disaster intensity up to 4 made life a bit difficult, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, yeah, new natural disasters, including, obviously meteor strikes and solar flares and stuff. Brilliant. So, more impactful versions of existing disasters, and also more chance of natural disasters at all. Together with the Soothsayer, who's hilarious, we'll get to him, and the very real possibility of the apocalypse destroying the world. So, yeah, how about we just turn that on, because 100%. Oh, now this'll do very, very nicely, because I kind of love the Maya. For now, Mali's still my favourite civ, but the Maya are looking pretty darn good. And the thing about them is, they're a farming civ. It's all about the farming, and they're also a bit about playing tall. So, we'll get to that. Basically, what we want to do is, yeah, be as close as possible to luxury resources that we can slap down some plantations on. So, yeah, these orange groves are very, very good indeed. We want to be moving in that sort of a direction, and that's just a village, nothing too dramatic there. That is actually that's some good yields, all things considered. Okay, you went down in this direction, so you can find, aha, maize, brand new resource. Very, very nice little crop here, produces a fair bit of gold, lovely. So, okay, that'll do as a start. This is looking promising. Now, we could go up onto this hill for a tiny bit more production, be a bit closer to these here forests, which are, yeah, that's not too bad. But I'd rather be close by to, yeah, this nice farming ground, because we want to be doing a lot of flipping farming as the Maya. So, go on then. Let's get down a city right now. And you may notice, oh my goodness, we're right next to a river. Isn't that marvellous? Rivers, perfect place to settle. Not if you're the Maya, actually. The Maya don't need to settle next to rivers, because the reason you do it a lot in Civ 6 is because fresh water gives you bonus housing. But yeah, I've only got 3 housing, which is very, very little. That's going to be a bit of a problem, because yes, the Maya do not gain any bonus from adjacency to water whatsoever. Instead, they get something unique to them. They get bonus housing and gold for every single farm. That's why you're going to be wanting farms, because you can get some good early game money coming in just by setting up a giant pile of farms. And on top of that, you may have noticed as well, they gain bonus amenities for adjacent luxuries to their cities. So yeah, these guys are ecstatics. That is bonus 10% growth, bonus 10% to non-food yields, just because they are immediately ecstatics. That's a nice little bonus right at the start of the game. Okay, we're going to be wanting plantations as soon as possible, so yeah, let's just get pottery underway, because yes, the unique campus for the Maya is also really, really damn nice. Okay, the village just gave me a tech boost, but we've got ourselves a natural wonder here. 1 tile impassable natural wonder, it kill, so plus 50% production when producing wonders and districts in adjacent tiles. Okay, keep that in mind, that could be very useful. We also do have, yes, a barbarian scout floating around, so okay, keep an eye on him, he knows I'm here. And here we go. So a natural disaster just occurred and it was a major flood. So 8 tiles have been affected by that. Bit unfortunate. City is looking slightly on fire. Like, I mean, it was already a bit on fire. I'm not sure whether those fires are supposed to be there or not. Oh no, those fires were not supposed to be there. We just lost a bit of health. But on the plus side, yeah, giant piles of bonus shield. Natural disasters are always a bit of a double-edged sword. And I've dropped my first 50 gold and expanding over to this tile because, yeah, we just desperately needed a bit of production. We got plenty of food and that's going to be great for us once we get the farms going, but we just need a tiny bit of production, bit slow getting the scout out. Also, my scout appears to have 3 cats travelling with him. Not sure if that's a Maya thing or scouts are just cat people now, but that's new. Okay, done a little bit of touring round, and yeah, I've got a good idea for what's in the world. There's plenty of rainforest, plenty of nice little plantationable resources, loads of tea. Actually, absolutely flipping loads of tea, which is spectacular. And, yeah, there's a couple of bad guys over here. Volcano, that's going to be important down the line. And I've rushed a builder. Normally I wouldn't go builder first, but for the mines it's kind of important. Yes, I'm still kind of learning this as we go along. So, okay, what we need to do is start getting down some farms, like, immediately. So you just get a farm down there straight away. Marvellous. So actually that's an era score as well, because that is territory that's been improved by the recent flooding. Absolutely spectacular. That solves the housing problem straight away. Well, temporarily solves the housing problem. It's 4 out of 3. We could definitely do with a bit more, so it sure is bloody lucky that there's some lovely, lovely rice right there. Okay, time to get a settler out as well. We need to be taking care of that. And if one of you lads would like to provide me with a free settler, that was a free scout. You know what? I'll take it. It's better than nothing. And the other village just provides a mysticism, which is not spectacular, but again, it'll have to do. Right, unit round over here. And who's my neighbour? Hello, who are you? Okay, Scotland. Scotland's normally pretty chill. And then Arabia and Sweden both showed up, but seemingly from the vague same direction. So, okay, hopefully they'll be too busy battering each other in the face to deal with me. That's absolutely fine. I'm more worried about, yeah, barbarians. We're on Emperor difficulty, by the way, so challenging but not too ridiculous. By the way, yeah, let's get a farm down on some rice. That'll do. And that's an immediate boost to irrigation, so that then immediately becomes complete. Love it. Right, with Scotland located and a few others too, yeah, let's get writing out because the unique campus is rather fun for the Mayans, so let's get that done. Also, just to confirm, yes, everybody else's scouts also just now have cats, rather than, you know, the dogs as it used to be. So, okay, this is just a cat continent. Okay, few turns later, and yes, the gold is now starting to come in at a decent rate, and the housing situation is starting to ease a little bit, thanks to the various farms, and that is a lovely, lovely rice farm right over there. Barbarians are coming in, but, okay, they're not exactly Venice or anything, but they do play tall rather nicely. You see, any of my cities within 6 tiles of the capital gain some nice yield bonuses, 10% to literally everything. Meanwhile, yeah, +5 combat strength to all units within 6 tiles of the capital, which these barbarians now are. So, obviously, you know, the base melee strength of a scout is only 10, but against these guys, +5, because I've taken the +5 versus barbarians little kind of military tech thing, but on top of that, another +5 just because of that trait. So, we should just be able to go, and even with the river crossing, give them a nice big beating. Absolutely lovely. And my warrior is coming in to come and intercept you, because yeah, this camp seems to have woken up, but we should be able to take it out pretty easily because the camp is well within the 6 tiles. That's going to give me some lovely bonuses. And as for this settler when it comes out, okay, now we know what's going on in the world. The priority is, yeah, we need some good farmland, and we need some luxury resources, ideally that we can slap plantations down on. So maize is just, yeah, that's a farm thing. Plantation on tea, that's not too bad over there. And of course, yes, we want to be within 6 tiles of our starting location. So say, over here. This would not be bad. This wouldn't be bad at all, because though bananas are a bonus, not a luxury, you can put a plantation down on those. So, yeah, you got yourself a plantation there. Plantation there. You'd be in range of these elephants over here. Elephants are fun, so that'd be interesting. You'd actually have range of, yeah, another citrus over there. That'd be good. There'd be maize. Not much farming space, though. That's the only disadvantage over here. We might need to chop down a bit of forest just to actually create space to farm. Over on the right, meanwhile, yeah, there's more tea over here, together with a bit of amber and a volcano, which is, you know, kind of bad in the sense that it explodes and kills everybody, but good in the sense that, you know, once it's done killing everybody, the soil is quite fertile. Okay, a few turns later, the settler's now ready to go. I haven't had time to get out another builder yet. Didn't really get lucky enough to, yeah, spawn a builder out of a village. Not too many villages around, to be honest, and yeah, 2 camps. One down over here, one over here. Though I feel like this one is more, yeah, Sweden and Arabia's problem, so I'll just let them get on with that. Though I need to take out this one. Though it is in a good defensive position, which is a bit on the unfortunate side. So, unique campus variant for the Mayans, the observatory. So, rather than getting bonuses for mountains or whatnot, instead, no. This thing wants bonuses for plantations and a little bit for farms. So yeah, 1 for every 2 adjacent farms, but the real thing is the plantations. And that's why we want to be over here. Because yeah, I can now squeeze it right next to my town centre between 2, well, technically, right now that's only 1 plantation because the other plantation isn't done yet. But it will be a bonus too when the other plantation goes down. So even at this point, also it's so cheap. It's so cheap. 5 turns to produce that in a world where a granary takes 10. So I can get +2 there right now, which is absolutely flipping beautiful. Same here, but that would of course be on one of my farms. There's a 2 over here. Again, that would be from this plantation. So, I mean, in theory, I could also put it over here. There will be a tea plantation there sooner or later. It's just, yeah, how long that's going to take. I mean, that's a bit of a waste of a hill, but you know what? It's the easiest way to do it. Just get it down. And as for the settler, yeah, you know what? We're going to go over here. It's not perfect, but it's the most interesting, exciting, sexy one as far as I can tell. Now, I know there's a horseman somewhere over here, but he seems to have naffed off and he's very weak. So I imagine Sweden's taking care of that. Oh no, it's Frederick! If there's one setting I wish this game had, it's just disable Frederick. Anyone else is allowed to spawn in, but not Frederick and his constant obsession with killing all the city-states in the world. And there we go. We've just managed to push our way into that camp. It was very close. That's worth +3 era, so not sure if we're looking at a golden age, but I haven't been warned we're getting close to the next era, so we might get a bit on the lucky side. Everyone else needs to naff off home to relax for a bit, though. And Mapuche are around too. Now, they can sometimes be dicks, but they seem to be... okay, they're a fair way in that direction. No need to worry about them. In fact, quite possibly they'll be helping out with the barbarian problem. Right, 4 era score for my unique observatory, so that's beautiful. Oh, look at it. It's just absolutely lovely. And city number 2 goes down. Absolutely spectacular. So that's going to have a free amenity off the tea, because tea is 100% an amazing amenity. Would have got more from over here. That would have been a bit of a difficult trip, so this will do just fine. And yeah, because I'm gaining a little bit of money, what I'll probably do right here is get out a builder right now. We could do with a builder, just because, yeah, plantation over here, get over here, put down the 3rd plantation. That's got to be worth doing. An unmet city-state has been defeated. Damn it, Germany, not again! Okay, yes, Cobra is really showing one of the big limiting factors for young cities if you're playing as the Maya, which is 3 housing right now. 3 housing. So that's not good. That's not good at all. But I've got myself a plan here, which is, hang on. If I buy this tile right here, alright, and then we can just swap this into this city, because we're not using that rice over there, but you guys could really do with it. So, oh, there we go. So now, this rice farm belongs to these guys, this rice farm belongs to these guys, because you guys have got plenty of rice. Alright, you need to share some of the rice. Plus, that's a farm, so therefore, yes, housing is now still low, but, you know, it's not as bad as it once was. Yeah, bear in mind, of course, even though you don't gain the benefit from fresh water, by the looksy of the tech tree, you do still gain the benefits if you provide water through an aqueduct. So we'll try and investigate that later. Also, let's get a holy site down, because yes, there's some really useful stuff for faith in apocalypse mode that I most definitely want to be showing off. And one final thing, yes, I've now got myself the unique variant of the Archer, the Hulche, for the Maya. So these guys are really, really damn good. So range strength of 28, range of 2, bearing in mind, of course, they'll probably be getting, if they're defending their home territory, that +5 bonus off the Mayas, which is great, and another +5 when you're fighting a wounded opponent. So, yeah, nice, strong lads here. Very, very good indeed. Okay, now this is good news. Down south, Germany, who I think are down over here, are attacking Arabia, who are down over here. So they can just keep each other busy and not come and murder me, because I've got basically no troops. I've got 2 scouts and my starting warrior. That's literally your lot. Still, builder number 2 comes out, and yeah, this is kind of important actually, because we desperately need housing. We need, like, all of the housing. And also, yes, more science. So this guy's just going to go around laying down farm after farm after plantation after farm. And one day, feudalism's going to kick in, and this area is going to be gorgeous. Okay, holy site. That would not be the worst thing in the world. And there is there's a +3 over here. That is, yes, that's because the natural wonder is floating around nearby. I know I technically should probably be building an army, given clearly my neighbours are all going to war, but these 2 idiots down here are going to waste their time. Christina's generally pretty chill. Mapuche's well over there, so hopefully he won't be a dick. Scotland is normally, yeah, very chill. Though admittedly, I kind of notice everyone's not 100% happy with me, with the exception of Germany, who like me, which is, that's never a good sign. Oh, minor problem mine, just very, very minor indeed. So, barbarian horse archers, apparently there's some barbarians down over here that nobody's bothering to take care of. And I've got absolutely nothing because this guy was down over here dealing with this. Okay, you guys just hold on for a bit. Scotland, if you'd like to help, that'd be great. I do have a scout over here, but he's not in a great position. He's not also in great health either. Okay, do what you can. Just do what you can, please. Oh, well done, Scotland. Thank you very, very much indeed. You have so few troops, aren't you scared for your life? I'm gonna be honest, yes. Yes, I am. But you don't need to point it out. That's just rude. We're gonna take a fairly major loss trying to take on these guys, but they need to go down. I'm very sorry. You should just get on with that. That's full strength horseman, actually. That's even worse. Still, if you can survive, you've got a promotion coming up. Right, we need to clear out this camp, which we should be able to do right now because of all the bonuses I've got. Then you just get in there. That's a +3 era score. Oh, we're so close. So close to a golden age. That'd be lovely. Seriously, Scotland, everybody dive in. We all need to help with this. Oh no, Scotland's cowarding out. And that's fair enough, to be perfectly honest. And you want to give me... Okay, you want the citrus. Well, you're going to have to pay more than that. 5 gold a turn for 30 turns for the citrus. Yep, we'll take that. That's fine. I can use that gold to buy troops. Oh, that's so many horses. The one advantage we've got is, yes, there's rivers all over the place, which is going to slow them down a bit. But if somebody else would like to send troops, like you guys up here, that'd be great. We are now gaining a fairly large amount of money per turn. Give it a few turns, we'll just be able to straight up buy a spearman. How long would it take us to train one of those? Scout in 4. Good archers in 8. Spear also 8. Warrior only 5. Warrior's not going to be able to do too much against you guys, though. Yeah, you know what? Put the district on hold. Let's just start getting in some, you know, troops. Hey, barbarians! Look down. Oh, there's more of them. What's even happening right now? This is a mess. Okay, so they're trying to push into the city. Luckily, that's really costing them. Oh, we've got a governor. Yes, Victor. Right, you. I know this isn't my usual first pick, but screw it. Get in the capital. Please protect us. Look at that lovely, juicy trader. How about you just go and take care of him? They're going to try and knock down the city, but yeah, for the most part, they're struggling to get through the walls. Okay, this is... Well, fine isn't really the right word, but they're not winning just yet. And can you get over here? That's a major victory. Good. We got a whole bunch of benefits going on here. Warriors, get in there. Start chopping that lot down. You're now nice and strong. You can win a major victory over here. Oh my. It looks like the shoe has turned. Ah, they burnt down one of my farms. But luckily, yeah, it wasn't the rice farm. The rice farms are fine. That was just a generic farm. We can take that. Not a problem. Can you take out these guys, by the way? And officially that would be a minor defeat, but it looks to me like you'd win, which is kind of good. You, just in all fairness, just get your farm down. That's fine. Just get on with that, whatever it takes. We're up to 200 gold. What could we, in theory, actually afford? We could just afford a warrior right now if you were to leave this city. You need to get over here and just basically do some good work knocking down these guys. Well done. Now, it looks to me like you could just, yeah, kill these guys. Or you'd have a minor defeat against them. That would not be worth doing. Alright, take the risk. Cross the river. Just take him out, please. There we go. If you'd like to get promoted for that, that'd be magnificent. And, oh, you're going to be killed by these guys, which is a shame. Okay, so you're over there. Can you make it over here, by the way? Because I think you've got the rainforest ability. Yes, you do. Boom. Right, clear out those losers. Where the bloody hell is their encampment? Because this was not my fault, alright? I cleared out my local encampment. This is an encampment close by to Germany. They're just too lazy to deal with. You know what? Screw it. Get a warrior out. Fresh warrior. Crosses the river. Murders these guys. And possibly you're literally about to walk into barbarians. But what can you do? No, the barbarians have politely just stepped out of the way and not bothered attacking the trader. Which is interesting. And, oh, there's a major flood. And wait, who did the major flood just kill? 4 tiles have been damaged. 10 have been improved. 2 people are... How many people are dead? 1 population's dead. 2 units have been lost. Which units? Because you better not have just killed the units I just paid for. No! I think it killed the already weakened scout. It badly damaged this warrior, but this has kind of worked out as far as I'm concerned. This is fine. Get over the river, or like whatever's like in place of the river right now. It's a bit of a mud flat. Right, you kill that guy. Well done. Well flippin' done. Alright, you getting over here. Start healing up. There's going to be more coming, and also the trader survived, which is great. Okay, the situation seems to have calmed down. So yeah, you cancel your warrior, go back over to observatory number 2. Maybe at some point we want to get ourselves a new builder to get that maze locked down. That'd be absolutely magnificent. We'll let the archer finish though, because that is a good unique unit. And in 3 turns, that's my unique unit. So when that's done, that might be enough to just straight up 2 turns. Oh. Okay, what triggers first? The completion of the unit or the turning of the age? Because if the completion of the unit comes in first, that's going to be bonus points to era because it's my unique unit. So, oh, that's going to be an interesting one. I don't know what's true there. Also, bear in mind, tragically, yes, this rice farm was actually completely washed away, as was this farm over here. So that's how bad the flooding is. Okay, could you guys maybe, just maybe, get this guy pushed out next turn? Like, completely ignore food. Just go for anything that causes production. Yeah, you can actually have this back for the time being. So that's 2. I want that on as well. And yes, you can. 1 turn until completion. Boom. Oh, and look at him, the sexy bastard. He's lovely. Right, deploy this scout south. We need to find this camp and kill it before it causes more problems. Okay, gonna be honest, plenty of these don't really work so well for my empire. Like, hey, amazing, I can buy builders with faith. All of that faith that my society has, which is literally none in the classical era. Good, 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 good. So that's not gonna fly particularly well. And then, yeah, gold adjacency. Provide science as well for all of my commercial hubs that I have literally none of. Alternatively, yes, culture for speciality districts. I mean, I guess that's at least partially good. I mean, I do have 2 science districts. That's positive. You know what? I'll go for monumentality just because, yeah, cheap builders for gold as well. So that's not too bad. I'll tell you what, I've got a government ready to go. So, Liang, because, yeah, reinforced materials, very important for, you know, potentially settling close by to volcanoes, which I want to do. Let's get you underway. No sign of that barbarian camp down south, but there is a damaged German archer here, so I'm guessing you bastards finally bothered to deal with that problem. Aha! I was wondering when this might show up. So, welcome to one of the things that can happen in apocalypse mode. So, basically, because we live in a nightmare where we're all constantly dying, we've pretty much decided that, yes, the one true god must be some form of, you know, terrible apocalypse bringing harbinger of death. So, as a result of that, there is the occasional competition to appease the gods. And the way you do that is by tossing your own troops into volcanoes. So if you toss a handful of units into a volcano, you get +2 faith, random free promotion for all present and future soothsayers if you toss a fair few people into a volcano, or if you toss all the people into a volcano, free soothsayer. Very, very nice indeed, though to be honest I'd rather actually have silver, where random promotion for all future soothsayers. Because, yes, fun thing about soothsayers, you'd probably think, you know, hey, there's probably a tech for that and a building and a diddly-diddly-dee. No! You can actually build those from turn 1, an apocalypse mode specific support unit. So, yeah, using those, you can just toss people into volcanoes. So say there's a volcano over here, just move one of my warriors close to that, and the soothsayer can toss him in. And that counts towards that competition, which is ludicrous, and I kind of love it. And there's one other thing they could do. We'll be getting to that when we get one. Oh, we've caught sight of one too. In fact, bloody hell, that's more ominous than I thought. That's practically some form of Skaven doom wagon right there. So, okay, that's a soothsayer, one of Germany's. So, they're probably on their way to a volcano right now. How's anyone going, by the way? So far, nobody has tossed anything into a volcano. So, okay, if I can get a soothsayer out, if I just toss in one warrior, I might pick up, like, you know, a consolation prize. And my first maize plantation goes down. Very, very nice indeed. I wouldn't mind, hang on, depending on price, that's 115. Oh, never mind, I can never resist an extra little bit of plantation. Go on, help yourself. Aha, we got a scout coming from down south here, but my warriors can get right in there and do a little bit of damage. But more importantly, yes, that means bonus damage off my lads right there. Flipping lovely. +5 when fighting wounded, +5 for being within 6 tiles of the capital, high base strength. You are going to be annihilated, my friend. Absolutely spectacular. And actually, you're not an archer, you're a javelin thrower. So that's one hell of an arm you guys have got on ya. And with our new settler, 100%, we're going volcano. Let's flipping volcano this. Okay, the big question is, what's the right place for Volcano City? Because, yeah, now you don't have to be next to water. You've got a lot of different options available to you. So this is not terrible, because you've got the T right next to you. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to move one further over, because then I can also snipe off the amber that's over here. That's just going to be in range. So there are definitely questions, as could be asked, about the long-term viability of Yak's chillin', but, yeah. For the time being, get out a builder. Immediately. Just pay for that straight away. You really need builders when you're these guys. Just to confirm, by the way, only 2 people actually tossed anyone into a volcano, which makes me feel pretty good about the state of humanity in this universe right now. That, you know, the vast majority of people in the world decided against tossing their own people into volcanoes. Of course, even though you don't actually need water as the Mayans, yeah, it's still very useful, because things like water mills are very, very good for a farming civ. Ah yes, time to test this out. So yes, right now we have got 11 housing in Koba. How about, even though, yes, water doesn't provide housing bonuses, we just sort of slap down a lovely aqueduct anyway. Okay, the classical era is starting to come to an end, and I'm heading towards a dark age, which is actually kind of good. Because if you go into a dark age, you emerge into a heroic. So it can be difficult to keep the golden ages going. Honestly, I'm happy with normal, into golden, down into dark, then we'll go for a heroic renaissance. It'll be fine. Okay, now here's interesting. So the aqueduct's supposed to give you bonus 6 housing if you don't have fresh water, or alternatively +2 if you already do have fresh water. So you'd expect those to be the only options, but no actually. If we go over to the amount of housing that's now available, that's gone up from 11 to 15, because housing from water is now 6. But if we go over to Yak's chillin' over here, that says 2. So I'm guessing all Mayan cities just get 2 as a base, representing, like, wells in the city or something. Maybe that was always a thing. I can't remember. I've never looked into water distribution that thoroughly before. So yeah, funny thing about the mines, you can't get freshwater benefits for settling next to water, so you actually want to settle, like, one over, because you can get the benefit if you're just bringing it in via aqueduct, because that, like, I don't know, adds to the flavour or something. People just like it better. Right, and with the money situation looking okay, +33 is not bad, given a lot of that's coming from, like, you know, farming and plantations. Just going to buy myself a settler. Want to expand down here. City number 4 is well overdue. Okay, Settle moves into position, and keep an eye on this, because, yeah, you gotta make sure you're within the 6 of the capital. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Right next to the T, right next to the maze. Lovely. Slap that down. Mag-flipping-nificent. And when the time is right, if I want to, I can run an aqueduct right here to get myself some bonus housing. Absolutely lovely. Now, some people, short-sighted, narrow-minded people, might say, John, you just collapsed into a Dark Age. Well, no. No. Not only am I planning, of course, to enter the Heroic Age sooner rather than later, but actually, I think you'll find Dark Age what-flipping Dark Age. Because in one turn, feudalism will arrive, and oh my, I've been setting up some farms in preparation. And plus 75% science in the event of a holy side, but minus culture. Well, I've got science and holy sides. Yeah, flip and make it happen. Look at that. Bonus 10 science. Dark Age, what Dark Age? Oh yeah, in Apocalypse mode, there's gonna be a lot of requests for aid, aren't there? Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. Oh, and just look at that Rise Shield. 9. Flipping 9 Rise Shield. Love it. Ah, here's something new, by the way, a brand new type of disaster that can happen. So, forest fires. Sometimes forests just sort of catch on fire for a bit, and naturally it can spread to adjacent other forests. They can kind of rage a bit out of control if there's large areas of forest and rainforest. Generally in this game, they are next to each other, so that could definitely be a thing that happens. But yeah, just like in real forest fires, when the fire goes out and the forest regrows, it might actually have some slightly improved yields, just because sometimes, yeah, forests get a bit overly dense. So yeah, forest fire can sometimes just be a natural method for replenishment. Yeah, there we go. The fire's out, but it's going to take a few turns for the trees to come back. But when they do come back, they'll probably be even better as a tile. And there we go. Following turn, that is now back as a beautiful rainforest. And 3-3 for a base gun improved rainforest. That's pretty good. And fantastic news, we've managed to get up to, yeah, Liang's reinforced materials ability. So, yes, Volcano Town should now be safe. Erupt all you want, you stupid bastard. I welcome it. Oh, we're appeasing the gods again. Okay, we are definitely appeasing the gods. Right, well this time I've got a flipping volcano ready to go. I've even built a road from the capital over to Yak's Chillin' these days. We've also got a holy site here. Lovely spot with adjacency thanks to the mountains. Got ourselves our lovely science district here, right between the tea and the bananas. That's a nice boost as well. Beautiful. So, let's talk about Soothsayers, because they're hilarious. So yes, I can just buy one, and you can just buy these any time you want to. Available right from the beginning, not locked behind any tech, any culture, anything. Alright, troops. I'm gonna be honest, we don't actually have a reliable source of iron. We've got some as part of a trade deal, but like, not enough. So, you guys are now going into the volcano. Sorry about that. And also, excellent news, the discovery of niter means, yes, this area down over here looks a lot more compelling than it used to. I'll tell you what, we can actually have a spearman in 4 turns. So, train a new spearman, he's going in the volcano too. So, warrior moves up to volcano. Absolutely lovely. So, how about you sacrifice adjacent units? So yes, that one will do very nicely. And he has now been officially tossed into the volcano. And my city goes down and... well, that's just confusing given that's also the name of a world wonder. A world wonder which I am most definitely not going to be the person to build, because I haven't built a single bloody wonder yet. I mean, we may as well start rushing it. If we could get it down, that'd be great, or at least it would stop some confusion. And just due to the increasingly high risk of, me just straight up dying as I'm throwing all my units into a volcano, let's upgrade my one warrior into a swordsman, so he can defend us if need be. Oh dear, people are getting a bit more into tossing units into a volcano on this occasion. Despite having just done that, I'm not even in the top 2. Right, we are going to win this. You get in the cocking volcano. You know, the people I feel sorry for are the civs who just don't actually have access to a volcano. This is all very sad for them. Also, here's nice. Tornado just sort of passed by my nation without really destroying anything. And now all of a sudden there's a flipping competition to give me money. Love it. Ah, perfect timing. Spearman is ready. Toss him in the volcano. Oh, I'm not even in 3rd place right now. The volcano game is heating up. Right, train some chariots. That's nice and fast. They should be worth a lot of volcano points. Also, I like how we've also got an aqueduct that supposedly brings water into town, but I like to assume it's bringing in lava instead. Okay, I'm feeling a bit ganged up on here, despite the fact that I have caused no trouble for anybody, aside from a little bit of slightly aggressive forward settling when I promised I wouldn't. Yes, it turns out that basically the entire world has said, hey, citrus shouldn't actually grant any amenities, which is the thing that I depend on for my amenities, so that's just bloody rude. Chariot is done, lovely, so into Volcano you go, just drive straight up the aqueduct, you can't miss it. Okay, so I'll admit, my plan to just, steamroll straight into a heroic cage hasn't worked out spectacularly. In fact, it looks more like we're going straight into a second Dark Age. Okay, might need to practice a bit with this Civ. Also, I might even be able to get a wander down, just because, yeah, the simple wanders that can go anywhere, the AI can just rush them, but sometimes they're very bad, and actually being able to lay out the wanders with difficult to meet criteria. Okay, so I could put the Colosseum in either of these two places. If it goes here, the problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not in range. If it goes here, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to give up a tiny amount of farmland in order to build the Colosseum. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We have enough farmland, alright? We are okay for farms. Ooh, plan. Hang on. This is a fairly useless forest square. Alright, send you over here, tear down the forest, contribute the production towards this. This is going to happen. Okay, I'm top, but only by a few points. I don't know who's in second place, but if they just toss literally anything into the volcano, then, yeah, that's it. They actually take it, because I'm not sure this chariot's going to be ready to go. But I think when that reads 0, and the chariot's ready, I think I'm allowed. So, okay, we've got one more chariot going in. That should seal the deal. I am going to nuke Christina. Sweden is going to be reduced to a pile of burning slag. Oh, he's put something massive into the volcano. No. Okay, you can't make it to the volcano in time. There's another volcano down south, but I don't have anyone to shove it in there. And also it belongs to Germany, who are not best friends with me. Oh, no. Okay. Can I buy, like, anything just to shove into the volcano? Next turn I might be able to. Last turn, you get over there, put him in volcano, but it doesn't update yet, so I'm not sure whether I don't think that's going to be enough. Okay, entered the Renaissance era, still bit in a Dark Age, to be honest, and... Wait, what? Oh my goodness, it was just enough! It was just enough! I have won the volcano contest! I have thrown more of my army into a volcano than anyone else in the world, and that means I win. You know what I win? A unit that tosses armies into volcanoes, which I feel like I don't need, given I just won the volcano army tossing contest, but whatever. This is great news, presumably, or an elaborate scam by Mapuche to get me to throw my entire army into a volcano because they're planning to invade in about 2 days' time. So, aside from feeding your own units into volcanoes, what are Soothsayers for? And the thing therefore is very, very interesting, which is they can start natural disasters. Alright, so anywhere on the board you can see that's eligible to actually have a natural disaster kick off, it can just start them right there. So, a relevant natural disaster, presumably on a forest, it's, starting a forest fire. That makes sense. Though, yeah, because they're still your units, if you don't have military access, you're not allowed to actually, go into the area, so they can't actually access that. But, yeah, this raises an interesting possibility for me, because I can't but notice I could actually get through to this territory down over here. And Arabia, they're being dicks to me. They've denounced me. They told me citrus isn't a good fruit. So, okay, how about we see just how effective these guys are by just, driving down the road that I believe Arabia themselves did construct. Marvellous. Okay, here we go. So. My two Soothsayers are in position, and they also have multiple chargers, so I don't know what's about to happen. Basically, I'm about to push the completely unpredictable nuke button. I might be about to start a sandstorm that immediately blows into my own territory. I've no bloody clue. So let's find out. Let's cause a disaster, and yes indeed, I've just kicked off a beautiful, beautiful dust storm. So technically, I've slightly improved one tile, but I've also damaged another, and I've killed a pop. And it looks like I've actually I've just burnt down his university. But no, that's not enough, not even remotely enough. So over here, we're going to start, okay, so it looks like it's always the same sort of disaster, depending on, what you're actually standing on. So if you're on desert, it's always going to be a dust storm. Now, crucially, are these just one-turn dust storms, or might they actually, hang around and do more damage, swing south, hit Cairo? Okay, I think one of them petered out because I've lost sight of it. The other one went over here, so they don't always just fade immediately. But I've also, sort of fertilised the soil. That, of course, is the double-edged sword of starting sandstorms. They can actually occasionally be useful, but no. Activate more dust storms. And bear in mind, of course, natural disasters can do horrible damage to troops. Like, if the enemy's marching into your territory, you can actually start, throwing down natural disasters. They have to come through a forest in order to get to your city, set the forest on fire. They have to march through a narrow desert pass between two mountains, kick off a sandstorm. If they have to march through it, they might lose entire units going through it. And that's why I kind of love this edition. And I kind of hope that, as time goes by, this isn't just its own unique mode. You can turn it on or off in terms of, individual parts. Because right now this is locked to Apocalypse mode itself. Because, the reason I really like this is it's faith only. You can't buy this any other way. You can't train it by production. The more faith you've got, the more soothsayers you've got, and as a result of that, the more opportunities you've got to kick off massive natural disasters all over the shop. And that's nice, because it means a person who's focusing in faith has an answer to somebody who's invading with military, which is really, really damn cool. Basically, I welcome any change to the game that allows anybody who's focusing in one currency to deal more effectively with people who are dealing with another. Though, to be honest, I suspect I've just massively improved the local area. But there's a lot of sandstorms floating around. That one's going to do some damage to Cairo, damn it. Okay, time has passed, and yes, at this point, my 5 beautiful cities, all basking in the benefits of the capital, have now sort of all merged together into one megacity. And when I say megacity, I mean beautiful agrarian wonderland. I mean, just look at this. Look at all of these yields. Look at all of this food. And it's producing 1 gold each. Now, I'll admit, this hasn't added up to quite as much as I was hoping for. That's an okay gold income. That's not bad, but bear in mind, a fair whack of that is actually coming from the fact people were giving me money as part of the aid request. That's going to wear off soon, so when that does, that's going to drop significantly. So actually, just over 100 gold a turn, that's fine, but we could definitely do a lot better than that. To be honest, I'm mainly into the Maya just for the aesthetics of it, where you've just got this little small hexagon empire, where it's just farms, and more flipping farms. It's lovely. And of course, yes, there's one final little twist to Apocalypse mode, which we're not going to be able to get to in this video, because it only happens right at the end of the game, but I do think we need to draw attention to it, which is Apocalypse mode isn't kidding, and it fixes something very important that I think was wrong in Civ 6 in the original version of Gathering Storm, which is, sure, the climate change system was really nice, that was cool, it was nice that there was natural incentive to go over to, clean renewable power sources and try and do that through the World Congress and diddly-diddly-dee. But the problem was, if you just sort of ignored rising sea levels, it didn't really matter. It never caused a major problem. There was the odd coastal tile that went underwater. Well, whatever, my economy can take it. The polarized caps could entirely melt. They could disappear. And, you'd get to keep 95% of the land. And it didn't really feel like, a major problem. It didn't feel like an emergency at all. But, in Apocalypse mode, that's been fixed. Because as we've established, there's a vengeful, angry god who enjoys people being thrown into volcanoes watching over the worlds. You see, in Apocalypse mode, if you actually get up to the top tier of climate change, then God basically decides, no, let's have a quick do-over, and basically the world starts being showered by meteorites and solar flares, and everything starts going to hell. So at that point, if you haven't already won the game, you'd better win the game bloody quickly. Otherwise, yes, the entire world is going to be shelled back to the Stone Age, where presumably everything starts over again. Maybe that just happens over and over. Maybe that's the true secret behind Civ. Maybe every time we start a new game, we're actually just exploring the buried wreckage of somebody else's previous failed game. Ooh, possibly. So yeah, there's now actually a proper incentive to actually not letting climate change get out of hand, because God himself will get angry and smite you if it goes too far. So that's certainly, you know, that's a good incentive. That's a good way to motivate people to go over to renewable energy sources. Yeah, we'll see what's coming on, ladies and gentlemen. We know that in the next update there's going to be secret societies. We don't know what those are exactly, but we know they're coming in the next update with, I think it's Ethiopia. They've already said. We don't know who, but we know the Civ is going to be Ethiopia. And then more Civs, more game modes, more adjustments coming as time goes by. So, to be honest, while it's a fairly modest thing, all things considered, like, you know, for the most part, this is a normal game of Civ with a new Civ leader with a couple of extra tweaks. I welcome that. For the most part, it's an excuse to play a bit more Civ. I like a bit more Civ. I need to practice a bit more with the Maya. It feels like, yeah, the advantages they're bringing to the table aren't really good enough to be offsetting, you know, the advantages that the AI gets on the higher difficulties. Because while this has worked out more or less okay, I've got a decently prosperous, stable empire, I'm not really doing as well as I'd like to be at this point in the game. And yeah, the +1 gold per farm just doesn't feel generous enough. You know, farms are pretty space intensive. I'm using up a lot of space with farms right now, and I don't feel like I'm getting that much gold out of it. So, yeah, I feel like maybe a bit more gold per farm, that would be nice. Now, as for Gran Colombia, they seem terrifying because +1 movement to everything is just an insanely powerful benefit. So, yeah, maybe we'll have a look-see at them at some point. Maybe we'll do a bit more Civ as a live stream. I did enjoy the Civ live stream we did previously. That was great fun. So, keep your eye out. Might be a bit more of this to come. Probably not this empire, though. I feel like I need to, yeah, do a bit more practice, start again, figure out how the Maya ought to work, because I feel like this has not gone precisely according to plan. Link in the description below to the New Frontiers expansion pack thing, just in case you're interested. Feels like, you know, if you're super into your Civ, probably worth a look-see. If you're not already into your Civ, this probably isn't going to be what wins you over. So, it's for people who are already well into it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, to be perfectly honest. As I say, might want to see a bit more of this, any excuse to play a bit of Civ. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Civilization 6. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way, otherwise they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.